Morning Knox News. You are tuning in to another episode of The Rundown. And I have here with me Mikey. Pronounce it for
ISO.
me.
Mikey ISO. Mikey
Mikey
ISO.
Iso. Okay, I always try to make sure I'm saying it correctly. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm copacetic. How you been?
I have been pretty good, but I was looking on your Instagram. You had a performance at Friendsgiving. Is that right?
Yeah, Mikey's Friendsgiving. Yeah, that's
How
what I
was
call
that?
it.
Was that something that you created or other people came up together?
Yeah, the homies said, "Hey, ISO, it's time for you to, do a show or whatnot." And I'm like, "Dang, during this pandemic, like, I don't mind
Right.
doing it, but at the same time, it's like I know how people feel and such. But like, it's just we all took cautious procedure. We made sure everyone wore a mask. We had, hand sanitizers on deck. But it was
Hmm.
it was a cool little event. I hadn't performed in a long time, so it was just like, yo, this a free event. And,
Come
and I
out.
want people to, yeah, I want people to come out and just, because I know people haven't seen live performance in a while. So if you want to see one, I'm throwing one.
Yeah. When was the last time prior to that you performed?
Um, I think it was in March, right before everything shut down. It was at this place called Speak on It in Oakland,
In
um,
Oakland, California?
California. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Doing some
was.
traveling there.
Yeah, that's because I
You
was out there
never
for
know.
work. Yeah, I was out there for work, so I just reached out to somebody and said, "Yo, let me perform out here." They let me perform, and I made some great connects. And I was just like, I'll be back every week to perform.
Right.
But then COVID happened, and I had a
Shut it
show
down.
with, yeah, I had a show with So Far Houston, March 13th. I remember that. I flew back to Houston. They say, yeah, the show ain't happening no more. This COVID thing serious. I said, dang. They have it so far everywhere. They have it so far Atlanta, so far Los Angeles. It's
Really?
just like, yeah, I think it started in London, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. So far London, where it's so far, I think .com. And what they do is they host shows everywhere throughout where they're looking for talented artists and such, and they bring out the crowd. So it's
Hmm.
the times I've been, it's always been sold out where
Oh.
they do it in different places in the city. So they'll look for a venue where it could be low key or something, and they'll bring out the audience, and you just have to go out there and give a great performance. So this was going to be my first time ever doing it, and COVID happened.
So, who are your musical influences? Because you really give me like a conscious rapper vibe, which is my favorite.
Uh-huh.
But who are your musical influences?
Who are my musical influences? Uh, I grew up on Outkast. You feel me? Andre 3000 is my favorite rapper.
Hmm.
Outkast is my favorite group. Big Boy was just so lyrical with it in the sense where his pen game was crazy, and Three Stacks as well as a musical
Right.
person where he used Outkast just brought something new to the table every album, and that's something I strive to do. Like I didn't just want to be, hey, I can rap really good. Like I'm learning how to play the saxophone right now. I got the saxophone behind me.
Oh,
I got guitars right here. I've been playing the guitar for a while. I'm not great. I'm good, but I'm not great.
getting there.
Uh-huh. Um uh uh Jay-Z, of course, Kanye West. I feel like Kanye West's first five albums are probably the best first five albums as a hip hop artist.
Hmm.
To me, they're all classical. Like, I grew up through those phases, college dropout, when I felt like dropping out
Uh,
of college, late registration, and then the graduation. Like, those were my, it was perfectly, and then even 808s and Heartbreaks. I didn't like it when it first dropped, but
it grew
going
on
through
you.
heartbreaks, yeah, it grew on me. And My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Um, who else? Who else? Who else? It's so many. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole's, the Big
Oh man,
Crits.
that's what you
Yeah.
remind me of, just lyrically.
Hmm.
Kendrick, J. Cole, it gives you
Yeah.
that type of vibe.
Yeah.
Also, in your visuals and in your music, you have a lot of influence from your culture. So, how important is that to you to pay homage to your culture whenever you're performing, music, everything?
It's very important. I'm Nigerian. Um, And I grew up on a lot of Nigerian jazz music, such as Fela Kuti.
Mhm.
And at the time, I didn't really understand it when I was a kid. And
Right.
so I felt like, as I got older, I went back and listened to like, man, what were my parents jamming? And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like Fela
What?
Kuti is basically like the Bob Marley of Nigeria. He challenged the government, and he just spoke his mind on a lot of topics and issues and social injustice.
Mhm.
And his music just like really resonated with me in a sense where it's like, yo, I can really relate. These sounds are way different from what I'm used to hearing, and I
Right.
wanted to bring that culture back. I wanted to, just show people like, though I'm a hip hop artist, it's like these are where my influences come from. And what's crazy,
Oh,
Beyonce has picked him up a lot. Like I rewatched Homecoming the other day, and
mhm.
Fela Kuti has a song called Zombie,
Uh-huh.
and Beyonce brought his sound. What song was it? I think, didn't it?
Was it
I think it was
recently?
crazy. It was in her Homecoming. I'm trying to
Homecoming.
remember the song she tied his song with. I want to say it was Crazy in Love, like the beginning of Crazy in Love. It's
Mm.
like the she had the live the college band and they played a
Yeah.
Fela Kuti. I heard that, I say, yo, but Beyonce is influenced by Fela Kuti a lot, and I see it in the way like even Black is King and such, how she did that all that the African tribute and such. So
Mhm.
it's a beautiful thing. It's really dope
Yeah.
that is being picked up on.
Nice. So, do you have anything coming up in 2021? Any new singles, EPs that we can be looking for?
Yeah, I definitely have some new singles uh dropping in 2021. I was gonna drop it this month because
Hmm.
what I was doing a monthly release. But
Hmm.
then I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that and kind of, in a sense, not promote these songs right financially and other things. So I held back on one song I really want to release
Hmm.
this month, and I'm gonna release it in January. Probably my birthday, January 13th, is probably when I'm gonna release this song.
Can we get a name, or we have to wait?
I'll give you the name for this one.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a song I made back in I think 2012, 2011. It's
Hmm.
called Candy Coated Dreams. I put it on my album. I didn't release the song until 2016, and then of course it was on my album and last name ISO, Candy Coated Dreams. This song is called Candy Coated Dreams Part Two.
Okay.
So yeah, this
Releasing January 13th.
January 13th is my plan on releasing this record. Yeah, so
Okay.
I
You'll
like
keep
this
us
one a lot.
updated, I'm sure.
Yeah, most definitely. You're gonna see it on the timeline. I'm gonna make sure you see it on the timeline. I'm gonna be aggressive
Yeah.
with this one.
So, what advice do you have for any upcoming artists who are just trying to get into the game or even get into tapping into their musical abilities?
All right. Um, you have to love it. You really have to love this because as soulful as music is, the business is very soulless. You feel me? And you have to really love it. You have to, it's not, I don't do this for the money. I
Right.
don't do this for the notoriety. I do it because I love to do it. This is my way in expressing what I do. And at times, I've been doing this for like 15 plus years. Many times
Right.
I feel like, man, I want to give up. This ain't it. But it's because I love to do it. It's the reason why I keep
That
doing it. So
passion.
yeah, it's the passion. It has to be like a purpose to you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing this, if you're upcoming, I'm not, I never encourage no one not to, but it's like my feel is like you want to enter it for the right reasons. And the right reasons to me is like you have to love music. You have to love to create music. Don't do it as a way as, you want to do it for money. Because the way I look at it is, okay, you get that money, or if your goal was to get this Ferrari or whatever, you get this, and then that ambition dies
Right. How you maintain
because
it after that.
yeah, exactly. Unless you want another Ferrari but if you really love it, that ambition never dies. It may feel like I'm tired and I don't feel like doing this no more, but at the end of the
Right.
day, you're gonna feel like, yo, I gotta do this. Something in
Right.
you is gonna be like, yo, you have to do this. So that's what I that's my
Well,
advice.
I think this concludes everything. Any last words? Give us your YouTube, Instagram information. I'll put it at the bottom too as well.
Sweet. MikeyISO.com, Mikey ISO YouTube, Mikey ISO Instagram, Mikey ISO everything. And the way
Everything.
you spell the way you spell Mikey ISO is MY_KEYISO. Holla at your boy.
Real simple.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for joining me, Mikey ISO.
no problem.
And we are out.
Yeah.